Welcome to another episode of Java with Jonah, where common sense meets caffeine in the land of Nineveh. Now, I was reading the college textbook Politics and Culture the other night. It explores both these within the context of the relatively modern phenomena of globalization. One section was about Sri Lanka and a 26-year bloody civil war there. It was noted that the Civil War had its roots in colonization. That is, the British colonized Sri Lanka in the early 1900s, primarily driven by expansionism, greed. Greed is one of the 7 deadly sins, by the way, but I mean, who cares about that passé concept anymore, huh? The British found Sri Lanka's upland areas quite lucrative for growing coffee, tea, and rubber plants. It even became more lucrative when they started to, quote-unquote, import Tamil people from southern India to work the crops as indentured servants, read slaves. Time passed. Britain left in 1948, and the Tamil were left behind, now making up about 10% of the Sri Lankan population. The majority Sinhalese government, holding true to their name, at least part of it, Sin, then started to persecute, oppress, torture, kill, almost on a genocidal level, the Tamil people. In turn, the Tamil people started a rebel group started up within their ranks, and the Civil War, the bloody Civil War, was on. Now, a tentative truce was reached finally in 2009. Here's the kicker. America at this point doesn't go in and forcibly colonize these smaller, poor countries and plant a flag. No. What it plants is corporations. And out of greed, they then pay sweatshop wages, they create slave labor. And the corporations work behind the scenes to pay governments for favorable tax breaks and for access to the country's natural resources and so on. We just don't call it colonization. We call it just doing business in this global economy. I think the salient question would be, what does God call it?